Our guest is Subu Kota. Recently, he donated $1 million to Samarthanam Trust in India to spread the word about cricket for the blind. We are going to talk to him today about Samarthanam and his motivation to give service and charity. Subu, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to see you again.
Of course.
So
Always pleasure to see you.
Sure. So let's start with, it was a big announcement when you said that you were going to donate $1 million to Samarthanam. How this happened and how long you have known Samarthanam and why Samarthanam?
Sure. My first interaction with Samarthanam came about 7 or 8 years back. They were visiting Mahantesh and Samarthanam group of
And Mahantesh is the founder.
Mahantesh is the founder
yeah.
of the thing. And he brought his team to Boston. We met at the Perkins School for the Blind, started by Helen Keller.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time I went myself, and thanks to Raj Melville. And we went there and sat in the audience, and I seen the lady who was doing the MC brought one by one all the students for them to measure in their own mind the limits of the stage.
Mm.
And once they walked through with it, I was sitting right in the front, in front of the dais, watching carefully. Then when the music started, all of them came in a sequence and did every bit of the classical Bharatanatyam steps and everything else. They came so close to falling off on the stage, but still they're controlling it as if they see the stage. That got really shaken.
If you didn't know that they were blind, could you figure it out that they were?
No, I didn't know. And for some time I thought that I was a little bit worried about it.
Mm.
And I know that there is some disability, but total blindness, I didn't know that.
Mm.
So then, along with the team of 10, 15 people, they came and we all went for a dinner and all, had a close interaction with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the happiest bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
After knowing that they became a blind children, I was a little bit concerned and all being empathy part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I found out they're the happiest people, talked about their performance that day and all other things like any other young children.
Mm-hmm.
And so subsequent to that, I used to go to Hyderabad.
Mm-hmm.
Then at least 2-3 days I used to go to Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
That's
where they are based, right?
That's
in
where
Bangalore.
Samarthanam.
Mm-hmm.
That time they used to be in a rented home. They were there for the last 20 plus years also. Hostel and everything else and all. We all used to sit, have dinner and all. Then within the last 3 years, we built a huge building in different parts of Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
So we meet them and hostel, school and all other things.
Mm-hmm.
But just the interaction part of the children, either they are from grade 1 to college going children, how they are on their own, conduct themselves and always a happy, cheerful mode. And that really brought awakening in my mind.
So tell us some of their activities.
Some of the activities, they get up early morning and in the hostel what I seen, they do the prayer and then have a breakfast. Everybody goes to school. College going school children, they go in a team, 1, 2, 3 people, walk on the same road like you and me with a cane and take the bus and go to the college. And the people who are there in the hostel, they get one of the teacher come and teaches them. Some of them are not all of them blind, but a lot of them are disabled children at different deformities. And there are other part of it where we have a training center where you train them for 6 months, whatever. Entire computer knowledge, they will understand how to operate and all. And we find them jobs for them. In big corporations, Microsoft, HP, they give hardware. and hire them also. So most of the big companies in India have a quota system where they have to hire certain.
So now they have started. This is something new in India that they have.
I'm talking about within the last 4 and 5 years, much more.
Sure.
But maybe not be in the early days. But the thought of all these people want to provide the equipment and laptops and all these things is amazing way of equalizing force that treat everybody else the same.
So, like, what is the mission of Samarthanam?
Samarthanam mission is mainly to teach and train people to, first of all, social skills, how to.
So it is not necessarily just the blind. Anybody who is disabled.
Anybody disabled, any form of disability, we try to do it. Some other people have some other psychiatrist issue on this and that. People volunteer, the doctors and come volunteer and give a one-on-one help to bring them back to normal and other things. But most of the people go to classroom training and we provide the teachers and go into 6 months, year, 2 years, whatever. And all of them follow the rules and regulations of what we set out, basically. And not only in Bangalore, there's about 17 centers, different parts of
in
India. They do altogether about 8,000 plus children get trained and get into the cricket is another part of it.
So that's another thing I wanted to bring it to.
Main thing is how to attract people and make them be on their own self-sufficient when they grow to a point and get a job and be able to pay the taxes, not a social burden for anybody. You know.
So let's talk a little bit about the cricket for the blind.
I come to know cricket much later. My first attraction is the children, how they can dance blind. My always fascination is how can you teach them all the facial expressions and all those things without them never seeing it. There are some children in our group, they have a sight, but they lost sight much later. For them to understand what to do, how to do, is a different issue. But there are children who born blind. Even them, some of the teachers taught them how to do it, just to see expressions and all. That is the amazing feat. Still I don't understand. Still fascinates me to understand.
Sure.
And the blind cricket, the rules are exactly same, just like regular cricket. And people always ask, what are the rules? I got a copy of the blind cricket rules. We'll put on our site and all. But the Mahantesh believed, he's an ardent supporter of cricket, follower of cricket. He felt
now he is the founder of Samarthanam.
He's the founder of Samarthanam because he lost his sight when he was 6 months old, and typhoid, whatever the other things. And he went through Raman Maharshi school, understood, and you took me the school where he went, how they stayed in hostel. It's a very moving experience of what he has gone through. And then he went to college, then he did master's degree and other things, became a lecturer in teaching English and all. Then he came across his classmate also in the same boat, and he wanted to start the cricket. And they both are fans of cricket, ardent fans of cricket. So they felt cricket is something gives all the blind children to get out and do the physical activity. Otherwise they are asked to stay one place until somebody give a hand to walk to the next place. So this cricket is something equalizing force for them to do that. That's the original thing that's what started.
So how, for example, if they are blind, I've never seen a cricket by blind.
Right.
So how they know that when the ball is coming and how that?
Yeah, the basic rules are exactly same like regular cricket. Only thing is the ball is a plastic ball, the hard plastic ball with a bearing in it. So once, and also normal cricket they throw over the hand, but this one is thrown under the hand, basically.
Okay.
Beyond that, there are no other rules. There are people who are who play the batting. There are three categories of blindness. B1, which is total blind, you can't see anything. B2 they can see some light into it. B3 is a bit better, but not totally there. So each of the category people are placed in different parts of the game.
Okay. So the team basically includes all
these three categories.
Okay.
And before the ball, the ball is thrown, you will given a shake so that that means the person who need to throw is ready.
Okay.
Same way, the other side of the batter also he got to give a signal that he is ready. So with that
so basically they hear through the sound.
Sound, all made by sound.
But how they know when the ball is coming?
They follow the sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the ball is making noise.
The ball make noise when you throw.
Okay.
So interesting thing is even the biggest, greatest cricketers, if you put blindfold them, play with the same ball, none of them even connect the ball.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I can imagine. Sure.
They are not developed those skills. So this is a fascinating thing to see, and there are about 10 countries participate in the world. And Mantesh last year he became the head of the whole international organization who conducts it. Every year there is hosted by one country. Last year we hosted it, and the other year we hosted by United Arab Republic, UAR. And then South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, all these, most of the British colonies, wherever the cricket is popular, the children who they participate, they come, their government support.
Now their office here is based in your office.
Yes.
In Southborough, Massachusetts. And your
Northborough.
Right. And one of your missions is to spread this cricket for blind in the United States.
Right. Mainly, I wanted to work with the blind children here. US is not represented at this point of the time on the blind cricket. Cricket itself is new here.
Sure.
Except a lot of our Indian IT people and other people. There's a big population.
They're growing up.
Thing.
Yeah.
We still don't have the right fields and all. But along with their help, and pick the blind children, local children, and teach them how to play cricket. So we have the people in Bangalore who are willing to come, are bringing them here, train them, and also take our people, go to Bangalore and stay 3-4 months and learn basically, initially. And see that our people also participates in another 3-4 years in one of the big league kind of thing.
So now changing the topic a little bit.
Sure.
Of course, you are doing great and big support. $1 million check is not a small check to Samarthanam. You have been also helping a lot of other organizations, charities here and in India as well. What is next for Subu Kota? What is your vision for how you want to contribute? What else you have in your mind?
So far, I have done all these things without telling my wife even. I got to check with her.
Okay.
And now I'm not retired yet. That word is not there. So I'll continue to work and provide the technology way. And my fascination is always to provide the education. And we are working out several projects in India. How to show the young children how to understand the technology. Even the poorest of the poor, how we take the laboratories in vans and all to teach them as well as show them, like science museum kind of thing, experiments and all, and prepare the next generation of the children, learn the science part of it. So that's another project we are considering. But education is one of the things which we do online, remotely, where we can spread like edX kind of thing, what one of our people doing it. But a bigger
MIT and
Harvard, that's the thing. Similar platform we have. We were one of the early people developed the platform in 1993 on Microsoft, and through that we have delivered a lot of content for corporations and universities and all. But we want to do this thing in a non-profit for children, very early stage also. Like Khan Academy and all those people, they did. Some of those ideas we wanted to take existing technology and make it deliverable. At the end of the day, Your success depends upon how many people you touch, what is the results you got out of it. So we can't say that much at this point of the time.
Well, in your 50 years here in the US, your company, your organization has created that ambience and environment where a lot of Indian American entrepreneurs have come out of your.
Sure.
Do you have any numbers on that? Or?
We have given at least about 2,500 around that green cards.
2,500 green cards.
2,500 green cards. So now I have time for me to collect the money.
Right, yeah, sure.
But
and some of them have been very successful as a business.
A lot of them are successful.
Yes,
but
yes.
once in a while they buy me drinks anyway.
Okay, good.
So there's some benefit on that.
Okay.
But still we keep in touch with a lot of people, and the journey is great. You know, when you try to bring in, we all came with very little money and all, only the education and knowledge and this thing, and everybody established. So I can take credit for that. Luckily, the immigration rules were much more easier in those days. Now it's getting harder and harder.
Sure.
And we don't know what is ahead on this
Sure,
day.
sure.
But things might change. We don't know.
Sure.
But that's one of the area we wanted to.
Now, as we come towards the end of the interview, one last question for you is, for all this, what inspires you? What is your source of inspiration?
My inspiration is because I didn't come with a lot of money. I always feel that what would the person who don't have money, who don't have contacts, who don't know anybody, what would he think? So I want to be that person to, people get confused and don't know what to do what. So I like to be available to consult and give advice what I know if I were to be in their shoes. Not that they'll follow, not that they have to come back and explain to me, but having gone through with very little money and settled down, so I know one or two things, what to do, what not to do. You know.
Excellent. Subbu, thank you very much for
I appreciate it.